everyone, we are team. First of all, I have a question for everyone. Did you buy anything online recently? Please imagine the scene of your online shopping. When you find a product you want at an online store, you should imagine about the product such as design, colors, yourself actually using the product, right? So, in our study, we focus on this image in online purchasing behavior. Then, why do we need to focus on online purchasing behavior? Recently, digitalization is progressing remarkably around the world. Also, the online shopping is increasing. Currently, Japan's GDP is third, followed by United States and China. And Japan's electronic commerce market size is fourth in the world. However, Japan's EC conversion rate is lower than other major countries. EC conversion rate shows the proportion of EC market size in all commercial transactions. Why is Japan's EC conversion rate low? Does EC companies understand online purchasing behavior of Japanese consumers? In our study, we clarify online purchasing behavior of Japanese consumers. Online shopping has given more satisfaction to modern consumers who want convenience and speed. On the other hand, it is said that some consumers feel perceived risks. Perceived risks are feeling anxiety on purchase decision-making process. This is a negative factor of online purchasing behavior because consumers cannot touch actual products at online store. In previous studies, it is said that consumers collect information about products to reduce perceived risks. So, collecting information about products is important for online purchasing behavior. In recent studies, it is said that consumers tend to focus on especially NIHON among information resources. NIHON is the informal information exchange related to goods, services, and firms among consumers without commercial intent on internet. NIHON is becoming more and more important in marketing with the spread of the internet. This is because it is independent from companies and is exchanged by general consumers. Consumers have not only positive opinions, but also negative opinions. While it is that information is important in online purchasing behavior, some consumers perceive the information overload.
Too much information!
Yes, information overload is a phenomenon of too much information overloading the consumers. It has a negative influence on online purchasing behavior. So it is pointed out that information overload makes the consumers not only feel uneasy, but also quit shopping.
Recently, we are surrounded by much information, such as on the reviews seen in the real world and so on. In recent years, there are many studies which focus on information sources online, but you also refer to your friends or family, right? In previous studies, it isn't clear that these offline information affects online purchasing behavior. Moreover, while there are consumers who feel information overload, it isn't clear what they feel after getting information and what factor leads to online purchasing. Do you think previous studies captured real consumers?
No.
That's right. Therefore, we constructed two research questions. One, which sources and what kind of information influence online purchasing behavior? Two, how does information stimulate consumers' perception and influence online purchasing behavior? That is, how do consumers process information and purchase a product online? To clarify this, we conducted group interviews so we can know the reality of consumers. We set the subject as male or female in their 18 to 20 years old. This is because they are the age group with the highest smartphone ownership and online shopping rates. In our group interviews, we selected apparel industry. This is because it's the largest in Japan's EC market. Moreover, apparel products are high involvement goods, so it is said that consumers carefully purchase them. Then, we conducted group interviews for 5 times. This is the result of a group interviews. We understood consumers differ both online and offline information like this. In addition, by collecting this information, consumers imagine they're using a product and make an online purchase. That is, they tend to form a pre-purchase image as a decisive factor for online purchasing. What is a pre-purchase image? Pre-purchase image means that consumers' own image, perceived by imagining they're using a product through information searching. There are no research how to form a pre-purchase image. Next, we interviewed a practitioner to clear how much real business understand about the reality of consumers. We extracted 1,152 articles from Intercollege using these keywords, and then 77 companies were extracted from these articles. From them, 7 companies were selected based on 2 criteria. 1, companies which sell apparel products. 2, companies which have only online channels. Then, we were able to interview 3 companies. From the interview with EC managers, we understood that they consider the consumers' concern about the gap between the actual product and the product that they imagine by forming a pre-purchase image. Thus, EC managers think pre-purchase image is critical, so they dedicate to post detailed information on products. Moreover, we are particular about how to take photographs to form a pre-purchase image. In our group interviews, we understood consumers differ not only on information, but also offline information. Moreover, forming a pre-purchase image is the key factor for online purchasing. In our company interviews, practitioners said that forming a pre-purchase image is critical. So, once again, pre-purchase image is important factor for online purchasing. In previous studies, information wasn't subdivided, but in our group interviews, we understood information can be subdivided into online and offline. Moreover, these information can be subdivided into generated by consumers and companies. Information from online consumers, such as the review and pictures posted by other consumers on the SNS. Information from online companies, such as the detailed information of products on the website. Information from offline consumers, such as other consumers who are actually using a product. And information from offline companies, such as the exhibit at real stores. We understood consumers form a pre-purchase image from these 4 types of information. Moreover, forming a pre-purchase image leads to online purchase decision making.
So, we constructed 5 hypotheses. Hypothesis 1 to 4 are these 4 information sources have a positive effect on forming a pre-purchase image. Hypothesis 5 is forming a pre-purchase image has a positive effect on online purchase intention. We suppose these hypotheses are particular to Japanese. So, we verify that our hypotheses specifically target Japanese consumers. Japanese consumers tend to avoid risks by making various conversion to and evaluation of alternatives. They have characteristics called variety seeking. Moreover, they seek diversity in their choices of services or goods and tend to refer various information. To show clearly these characteristics, we need to compare to non-Japanese. We chose Chinese as non-Japanese because different resources are used when Japanese and Chinese look for information. When Chinese look for information, they make a decision based on information from family and friends. So, Chinese consumers refer information from offline consumers. On the other hand, Japanese consumers refer various information. In other words, information sources are different between Japanese and Chinese consumers. We selected Japanese and Chinese, who passed 2 criteria. 1. The subject is 18 to 29 years old. 2. The subject has used online store to purchase apparel merchandise. We collected samples, 607 Japanese and 309 Chinese. Total sample is 916. We tested our hypothesis with ECM. This is a result of Japanese. It is clear that information from online consumers has a negative effect on forming a pre-purchase image. Other hypotheses are supported. This is a result of Chinese. Information from online companies has a positive effect on forming a pre-purchase image. Other information sources are rejected. Hypothesis 5 is supported. Japanese consumers refer various information. On the other hand, Chinese consumers refer only one information. In other words, information. We suggest Japanese consumers form a pre-purchase image based on various information more than Chinese consumers. So, our hypothesis framework is specific to Japanese consumers.
In previous studies, it is said that Japanese consumers tend to focus on information from online consumers more than companies. However, our results indicate information from online consumers has a negative impact on forming a pre-purchase image. As you know, we couldn't expect the result. We thought this is because online information is affected by information overload. On the other hand, hypothesis 2 is supported, so information from online companies has a positive impact on forming a pre-purchase image. We consider this is because information from online companies has been selective and well organized. Next, hypothesis 3 and hypothesis 4 are supported, so offline information is significant on online decision making. Hypothesis 5 is supported, so forming a pre-purchase image lead to consumers' online purchasing intention. In previous studies, there are no research that information subdivided into online and offline and affects the consumer's decision making. The new contribution of this study is we qualified consumer forming a pre-purchase image based on both online and offline information and make a decision on the decision-making process. Furthermore, we clarified offline information is significant on online decision-making. This is theoretical implication of this study. In first company interviews, EC managers said that information from online consumers is important. So after the hypothesis testing, we conducted second company interview. In the second company interview, EC managers said that these results are unexpected for them, so we provide them with beneficial results. Thus, EC managers need to provide selective and well-organized information. In conclusion, consumers refer both online and offline information, and information other than online consumers lead to forming a pre-purchase image. Then, forming a pre-purchase image leads to consumers' online decision making. We found pre-purchase image. This is vital factor for online purchasing behavior of Japanese consumers. Finally, I will explain the limitation of this study. We constructed and tested hypothesis by high involvement merchandise over only 18 to 29-year-olds. Next, we need to consider relationship between pre-purchase image and other psychological factors, and need to consider why the result of Chinese have a gap compared to previous studies. These limitations are left to future research. Thanks so much for listening.